MMAWeekly.com, Damon Martin here with Mark Munoz. Mark, you and Aaron have been friends for a long time. You guys know each other for a long time. Can you kind of give us a little bit of history of the relationship you've had with Aaron over the years?
Yeah, we wrestled at the same era. We wrestled, actually I wrestled him in college. When I was a freshman, he was actually senior, ranked third in the nation. And I was just coming in. I was a new kid coming in, and that match, actually, he ended up beating me by 1 point in that match, and I was actually beating him in the first and second, and he came back in the third to beat me. So, and then we actually started training afterwards. When he was training for the Olympics, I ended up training with him. We joked about, here's a funny story, when the NC2A Wrestling National Championships, Division I National Championships, Auburn Hills, we were thinking about into mixed martial arts, and so we're like, hey, we might as well like roll, and that's what we did the whole week, and that actually sparked a training schedule for us. And every time I was in Phoenix, I'd hit him up and train with them, and anytime he was in California, he'd hit me up. So anytime there was a tournament, we'd work out together and everything like that. Now we end up being in the same weight class, in the same organization, and now we're fighting at the Palace of Auburn Hills, where it all started when we all started thinking about doing mixed martial arts. It's an ironic story, but very true.
Is it I know talking to Aaron before the fight, when he said this was offered, he had a little bit of hesitation just because you guys are friends, and I know you don't train together full-time right now, but still, it was, just kind of a tough fight for him to accept. Did you kind of have the same feeling when they offered you the fight?
Yeah. My manager called me up and he goes, hey, I got you a fight. I'm like, yeah, sweet. And then he goes, you're probably not going to like who it is. I'm like, oh, really? And he goes, guess who it is? I said, it's not Aaron, is it? And he said, yep, it's Aaron Simpson. I'm like, oh man, that sucks, and then I was kind of like, I was bummed because, there's that whole controversy in the UFC right now about fighting your buddies, fighting your training partners, and I can't, we have to fight. I couldn't back down, he couldn't back down, so it was a fight that was bound to happen, and now we're crossing paths, and the way I look at it is that he's coming up from a loss, I'm coming back from a loss, so we're having to build our careers back up, and I just see it as that. I see it as competition, and at the end of the day, we'll still be friends. I'll take him out to dinner, he'll take me out to dinner, we'll still train together. But it was something that was bound to happen, because we're actually in the same weight class, in the same organization, and we actually have similar styles, and we're at the same level. So that's how I see it. We're both professionals, and we signed a dotted line. There was a chance of us fighting, so it had to happen.
Is there a different emotional level in this one? Because you talked about it. You guys are both coming off losses.
Yeah.
This is a very important fight for both of you guys.
Yeah.
And just mentally thinking about that, like he is your friend. You may hand him a second loss in a row, and obviously that's whatever. Is it a different emotional level than, let's say, the Okami fight or any of the fights you've had previously?
It is, because obviously I do care about the welfare of his career, and he does the same with me. But at the same time, at the end of the day, it's about providing for our family. And if I lose, it's money that's taken away from my family, and I got to provide for my family, and he's got to do the same. So that's how I try to look at it, And so, at the end of the fight, boom, we'll leave it all inside the octagon. At the end of the fight, boom, we're back to being friends, And so, but it's not just like a wrestling match, because someone is going to get hurt. That's how we fight. Someone's going to get hurt. So, hopefully it's not too damaging.
Thanks, Mark.
No problem.